Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this short session. I'm just going to cover a question that comes up multiple times virtually every day from members and from traders that look at my YouTube videos. What time frames do I prefer to trade when trading futures, forex, or stocks? Well, I'm a very active futures trader, not so much anymore on forex because I've really focused on the futures markets. However, I will show you what I teach and what some of my members use very successfully. And I have to say I don't day trade stocks because I really focus, as I mentioned, on the futures market. However, I've got some recommendations and I'll go through my philosophy when it comes to day trading and what time frames you should use. First of all, I need to put up this standard disclaimer. For my members, you would have seen this every video, and if you're new to my training videos, please read the disclaimer in full. So this is just a quick chart or slide off a session I did last week on time-based charts. So time-based charts is still many day traders that really prefer to use time-based candles or bars, and for scalping I recommend 1, 3, or 5 minutes, and if you're going up to a 10-minute you're really starting to more swing trade, generally speaking. So I use what I call activity-based charts. That is tick, volume, range. I love Renko, but I don't use Renko because I tend to find I lose information when I trade Renko candles, because on TradeStation, or the version that I have, or the candles that I have, I don't see the tails. I see the full body when it plots, so I feel I do lose some information for placing stops and things like that. However, I do very actively trade tick, volume, and range, and particularly range is my preferred type of candle when trading forex. So my preferred day trading chart settings are as follows. First of all, I really use the activity based time frames, that is the tick, the range, and the volume, as I mentioned. Now they may be too fast or slow what I put up before you in a moment, so really you need to adjust the time frame depending on your trading style. And remember, what it doesn't take in is abnormally fast or slow markets, and I have on YouTube and in my course I've got videos there that talk about trading fast markets. So the settings I'm about to give you right now are assuming a normal trading day. And remember, I don't trade around news time, so when you have a red flag I sit it out. It just moves too fast for me. I call that the killing field. So what I'm about to show you are normal time frames that I trade. Now in normal markets, let me get this out right. So please test these settings and time frames and adjust your trading style. These work really well for me. Find something that works well for you. So first of all, looking at crude. Now crude is a fantastic market. We've seen incredible volume now today at $10 a tick. It trends beautifully. I really like the 350 volume. Now if you go and put a 350 volume next to a 350 tick, it doesn't, they look almost the same. So just play around with these settings and go and test something that suits you, because are these the right settings to use? Well, they work really well for me. So it doesn't mean though there's not better settings for these. So that's what I mean. Always go and experiment and have a look. So crude 350 volume on the ES. Been trading a lot of the ES lately, and the 1000 volume in a normal market. Now if you get incredible volume like 2.5 million contracts in a day, I find you need to jump up to 2000 volume. 1000 just moves too quick. And even during a normal day there may be times where the market takes off and I just sit aside. I also like the 550 tick and above, so that works really well. But once again, you might have to go up to a 750 or even a 1000 tick in really fast moving markets. Or let me just say this, what I recommend in real fast moving markets, just set it out, let the market take its run. I just tend to find that I get too much slippage and it's just too high risk for me. Sit the market out. So ES during Globex hours. It's of course once New York closes, and we have Globex kicks off an hour later. I love the 233 volume. Now for TradeStation users, it comes up as share, by the way, so you'll see a plot on my screens. It'll show share. It's actually, the share means volume. So the 233 is an absolute, what we say down under, perler during the day. It's a great market to trade right up through the London session. The NQ during the New York market hours, the 133 tick, I really love. Once again, you could replace that with volume if you like volume. And just one consideration, traders, is to try to be consistent with your charts. It just makes it easier in the long term. Once the May market closes and Globex opens, 55 to 89, I generally find around the 55 probably works really well. On the NQ, you've got much lower volume and it's a much slower market, so hence that's why you see, traders, the drop down. So 1000 volume down to 233, for 133 on the NQ down to 55, because the volume really dries up, so it's much smaller volume. The YM during New York hours, 89 tick, I really like. And Globex down to 55 tick, and that still may even be a little fast. However, what is interesting, you have much greater volume during the main trading day on the NQ, but during Globex, NQ and YM, their volumes are about the same. When it comes to Forex, the 5 to 8 range, I really like 5 range on Forex, particularly on the Aussie USD or the Euro USD, up to an 8 range. So just go and experiment with those and find out what really works well. The 7 range, by the way, is mighty fine. Just remember, in most trading conditions, once you jump out and really increase it above an 8 range, you're really starting to swing trade. For most times of the day, you just don't get that activity with those sorts of ranges. So if you're going to look at more swing trade, the 13 range is really good. Likewise, if you wanted to look at an anchor chart, the 13 range, if you're trading the 5 range, I really like the 13 range on Forex. Now, as mentioned earlier, I don't actively trade stocks. So looking at the stocks for our US colleagues, Netflix 133 looks really great. The Facebook 233 ticks really good. On the SPY, the 550 tick looks great as well. So it comes down to really experimenting, and I could have applied volume candles on there or bars and got the same sort of result. So once again, just experiment, just go around and have a look at the different stocks. Well, let me take that back. You don't go around, I mean, just go and apply different time settings on those charts just to see what really suits you. Now for members, I'm going to be sending the PDF out with this video. So if you look, you'll see the PDF with this on this email that I've sent this link to you. If you're a non-member, you're welcome to, if you'd like the PDF just with these settings, please drop me an email at trader@IamADayTrader. All of this is now covered extensively in the Day Traders Fast Track program, where you now get over 12 of the world's best day trading strategies, all for $197, and over 20 hours of training, plus I give you full email support. So if you already haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do, so you can be kept up to date with these videos. Thank you very much, traders.